started on the conversation today, and I want to introduce our guest for this evening. So, our guest is a platinum recording artist, hip hop legend, producer, executive, business mogul, and amazing father, while his son is a four-star basketball recruit and incoming freshman phenom for the University of Houston. Y'all welcome Master P and Mercy Miller to the Dear Fathers podcast. All right, so as we get started today, I think this is a real full circle father-son moment. Having Master P, Mercy Miller up. Master P, actually, if y'all don't know, got a scholarship to the University of Houston to play basketball before hurting his knee, and his son is now going to the University of Houston to play basketball. So, yeah, give it up for him. He just graduated high school, right? A few days ago.
Yeah, just 2 days ago I graduated, so now I'm here in the city.
That's dope. That's dope. Master P, how do you feel that full circle moment, like, being a father, getting that scholarship to the University of Houston, things not necessarily working out, but giving you the space to focus on your rap career and now seeing your son get that scholarship to the University of Houston?
Well, for me, y'all, it's nothing but a blessing from God. I grew up in the projects, and so when you grow up in poverty and you hear a lot of fathers and sons, where I grew up, you normally hear a lot of fathers and sons going to prison. To be able to watch my son go to college is so important, man. To be here, and I want people to see that you can change. I'm a living testimony that you could come from the struggle and pain, but when you put God first, and He'll lead you on that journey. And that's what God was able to do for me and my family. So led me on that journey to where I wanted to change. I wanted to be better, and education was a big factor in my house. So my father always, my grandfather, they always made me read the newspaper. Same thing I do with my son. So I'm like, what, education is the key. I mean, we know he a great basketball player, but only 1% make it. And I know that he feel like he a part of that 1%. But at the same time, I want to make sure that when he do get to the NBA, now we have uh, NBA players that understand the journey and know who God is and why they doing what they're doing for a bigger cause than just us.
Yeah. No, that's beautiful, man. And even to that point, Mercy, you've been able to see your dad do a lot of great things. And like you said, there's only 1% who make it to the NBA. Obviously, we're cheering for you, we're rooting for you to make it to the league. But you're also already taking leaps and bounds by starting foundations and doing things for the community. Tell us more about the Lord Have Mercy Foundation and like what you're doing with that. But then also like how your father inspired you to like get started with those type of things.
Yeah, definitely. I'm somebody who's blessed with a lot. I've been fortunate, but I want to start this foundation to help people who are less fortunate, kids who don't have the same things I had growing up. Just being around my father, he's somebody who always gave back to the community, and just being there with him, seeing that just made me want to give back too. So to help out any way I can, I'm in the city of Houston. It's a beautiful city, so while I'm here, I want to do some community work and just get with kids, get with families, just be here, be somebody the kids can look up to and the people can relate with. So that's why I want to start this. Just seeing what he did pretty much.
No, that's dope, man. That's beautiful being that you're 18 years old and you're already thinking about things like that. So give it up for him for even just having that mindset. Now, I want to get into something, man. Like, obviously you raised Mercy, so you seen him ball and whatnot. Mercy, have you seen your pops hoop on tape? You seen his old film?
I seen it.
All right, so
What you mean my old film,
Oh,
man?
who gonna win in a one-on-one matchup in y'all primes? Like matched up one-on-one.
That's me for sure. Yeah, that's me.
You know what? I never said this, y'all, but I'm gonna let y'all know, right? Mercy broke a lot of records. So 68 points in a game, I never did that. He averaged 30 points a game, 10 rebounds, and 5 assists. So I definitely got to give it up to my son. I never said that because we competitive. But now he going to college, I can say it. And I want you to do well, son. I just want to let you know I'm proud of you because I really want you to go and chase your dreams and your goals. And I think we don't hear that a lot from our fathers. And so me growing up, I have other kids and none of us are perfect fathers. We all go through trial and errors. And so for me, I learned something though with Mercy, with him being my youngest, that I stopped just giving my kids everything entitled. So that's why he's so tough and he's so hungry, because I made him work for everything that he had.
Yeah.
So he just got a car coming to Houston to college. I used to make him ride his bike, run, whatever, but it worked. And he used to be, Dad, what you mean my friends have a car? I said, that's your friend. But you know, as parents, you know, we mess up sometimes because we want to be successful, and once we get there, we want to give our kids everything. And we forget those older parents, our grandparents and stuff, they made us work for stuff. And that's what I love about Mercy. He's always humble. And he's always putting God first, and he want to help other people. Just like you say, started a foundation at 18 years old, which is incredible. I didn't get that till I got older.
Yeah.
And so I feel like we are doing the right thing, and we're going to continue to be on this journey, and I'm going to continue to support him. But that hunger and hard work is what's going to keep you. Because people say, oh, yeah, Mercy live in a nice house. He come from a nice family. No, I told you, like, we was in a project in a mansion. You know what I'm saying? Because they need to have that. Without that, when you give somebody everything, then they don't want it. It's too easy.
Please explain how you in the projects but in the mansion. What's that look
You know
like?
what? I mean, you got to live in my house. I got to lay the rules down, because it's like I had to work for my grandparents and my dad. They made me work for everything. Even though we lived in the project, I want y'all to know, right? So I lived with 16 people in a 3-bedroom project. My grandparents had 12 kids, and me and my brother made 14. So, but we had the neatest house in the project. So every time people come, they wanted to see our house because we kept it. So think about this, y'all. I told my son all the time, God will bless you with more when he see what you do with less. And so a lot of us don't get that, because we want the big mansions, we want all this stuff, and then what happened? We lose it. You don't appreciate what you have till you lose it. And so what I learned through this journey, through this process, make your kids work for something. We want to spoil our kids, but I wanted to make sure he get to college. So I said, you know, I dropped him off to college. I was able to be there with him instead of dropping him off to the penitentiary, which y'all got to imagine a lot of people that look like us, we're dropping our kids off to the penitentiary. And so how come they not celebrating us dropping our kids off to college? Like if my son was going to jail, I'd be on every news channel. Now that my son is going to college, and Master P come from rap and all this, and he come from the streets, and he changed his life, and his son going to college, they educated, that ain't good news media.
Right. And that's why we started our platform, to shine lights
Yes.
on things like that. So I commend you for just, being that pillar in the community to show those type of things. But like for me, my perspective, like I said, I grew up without my pops, right?
Yeah.
But I do remember going to college, my mom dropping me off. We drove from St. Louis to Atlanta back in like 2008. I was going to the Art Institute of Atlanta. She dropped me off. She was basically, saying, hey, here's your, journey to take your own path. And I remember her crying as she was leaving, right? And at the time, I didn't really understand why. I'm like, why is she crying? But like, as we started to spend more time apart, I got it. So for you, you've had multiple kids go to college. Like, do you get emotional in those moments, seeing like your children step into new phases of their lives, and what's that look like?
Nah, it hits you all the time. And big shout outs to the moms that are being fathers out there. Make a round of applause for them too. Because I know a lot of people, that just have their mom, but you have somebody, you might have an uncle or a grandfather, whatever. Be thankful for whatever you have, because there's always some kid wishing they had what you have. For me, it's definitely emotional. I mean, I was talking about this the other day. Now Mercy grown up, we can't do a lot of stuff that we normally used to do for him, and knowing that now he's about to be a man and go out on his own. But I mean, I think it's definitely an emotional time. I don't care if you're the toughest guy in the world. You're gonna be like, man, my son grown now. And I can't beat him no more in the back of the house, because he was smaller then. I used to hit him with these things while he playing basketball. And but now he's dunking the ball. So at first I was like stopping him, but I still remember, because I'm like, he was like 3 years old. I went to I think it was like Target or something, and I bought the little basket, And I knew something was special about him because, you know, you get the kid never seen a basketball. He's straight dunking on the little plastic goal that we had. So I said, so I started trying to block him, and he keep trying to. So I've always realized like there was something special about this kid. So
No, that's dope. And Mercy, from your perspective, like, you know, kind of explain the importance from your side or your POV about the importance of the father-son relationship you share with your pops and the things that he's taught you, like, along the journey as you head into adulthood and college.
Yeah, there's nothing like fatherhood. I seen the things my dad is going through and the way he keeps his head high and just stays true to who he is. So I mean, he definitely could have been a person who's not doing a lot of things, and for him to be the way he is just, I mean, it's a testament to who he is as a person. I mean, he's a great man, great father. He taught us hard work. I mean, he's always there with us and just trying to do everything he can to provide for us. So I mean, nobody's perfect, but I respect everything he does and all the effort he puts in, all the love he shows.
No, that's amazing. And Master P, from your POV, like, you know, you've had a lot going on in terms of like hit records, music, businesses, things of that nature. How have you been able to instill things like that in your children while also balancing having all these things going on?
so for me, I just keep looking back where I come from, right? What balanced me out knowing if I don't educate my kids. So I feel like what really balanced me out is if I don't educate my kids and I don't show them the struggle and the pain, the sacrifices, the commitments you have to make if you want to be successful, then we go back to the ghetto. And that's scary. I feel like that's scary for me as a parent, knowing that we don't work so hard to make it out, and then if I don't protect the next generation, then we go back. So that's the thing that motivates me, keep me hustling, keep me grinding, keep me going hard for my kids. And I think it's that, knowing that I come from this place, how can we break those generational curses? And it start with education and hard work. So, and if I don't give that to my kids, then, especially if I don't give them who God is, so that's the most important thing. If they don't know who God is, then we lose.
Yeah. No, that's amazing, man. And I feel like you had to get there from somewhere at some
Exactly.
point. So like obviously this is a father-son conversation for yourself and Mercy, but like you also had a song called Letter to My Daddy back in the day where you spoke about the importance of like the role your father played in your life, but then all just the importance of fatherhood in general. So like can you speak to just tell the people about your pops and like what he
Yeah.
instilled in you?
Man, till this day, I'm still scared of my dad. For real, like, you know, that's just how tough my dad was. I know my dad was tough, and I just love him. I love him for being hard on me, um, because I needed it. Think about it. Even us growing up, and I tell my son, I could see whatever you're gonna do. I done did it before. But my dad, the same way. He already know. Okay, I lived in the ghetto, but I normally make all A's. I made one C, and so by me knowing I'm a good student, I put the right phone number on my registration paper. So they called my dad, and you know he big. So when he showed up at the school, I'm happy to see him. Man, he let me have it, and so I realized that my dad was always like, "You could do better." He pushed me, and you don't get it at that time, but that pushing made me be a better person and appreciate instead of being angry and upset with him or not unappreciative. And what I love about my dad, right? Even though we lived in the ghetto, my dad had a job, so that made me always want to work. Seeing my dad get out there, get up early in the morning, go to work, which a lot of kids didn't have that. And so, you know, even though some kids say, "Oh man, your dad work at this place," and I'm like, "But where your dad work at?" You know, well, my dad don't have a job. Well, what's the problem? You know, and that's what he taught me. It was like, no matter what you do, you make the best out of what you have. And so, till this day, I love my dad, and that's what I'm able to pass that down to the next generation, to my kids, and that's where the love come out. I feel like that's where the foundation. Even though my dad we lived in a bad place, he gave me that foundation him and my grandfather did whatever they need to do to send me to a good school to get me that foundation. So I'm forever indebted to him for that.
No, that's amazing. I appreciate you sharing that with our audience. And Mercy, like we all see your pops as like this big cultural figure, like a rapper, businessman. Like, is he just pops to you, or like do you think you got a cool dad, or is he just dad?
Just an old head. Nah, nah, he's
Y'all hear
cool. He's
that?
like any other dad. I mean, I guess you just get used to having him as a dad, but he cool.
Yeah.
I just see everything he do, and just you if y'all see him from my perspective, you'll be like, okay, he's a cool guy. Like he's dad. That's it.
I'm the coolest guy in the house, bro.
Yeah.
No, that's what's up, man. And Master P yourself, you've raised kids over generations. So like, can you like explain to us and the audience in terms of like your evolution as a father from raising kids back to when you was in your music era to now as a businessman? Like, what has been a difference in evolution over that time period? Like, how do you show up differently?
Well, I don't really think it's nothing different. I think time has changed because a lot of these kids are growing up by the internet. And so you can't really be the tough parent that you want to be, but you also have to figure out like who you need to be. And so I'm just not bending the rules. I realized that, like my dad told me, if I don't straighten you out, then the police gonna straighten you out. And the same thing I gotta tell to my son, because when he walk out that door, I gotta be, son, you're a big black man, right? Certain things you gonna go through. And you don't want to experience the things that I experienced, learn from my mistakes. And so I'm just thankful and blessed that, even to be able to be here with my son now, we could laugh and joke, but we never going to be friends or partners or nothing like that. Like, I'm always going to be his dad. And I think that's what's so great about me and my father. Like, he's always going to be my father, no matter how much I have, how much I don't. That's the person that could stop me in my track. Because sometimes you need somebody to stop you in your track.
For sure.
But a lot of us want to be friends with our kids. And I'm just excited, man, that I'm able to have kids that understand the importance of education. Because even though we talk about all Mercy basketball accolades, right? The most important thing that he's been an honor student ever since he was a kid, and that was just instilling that into him. So fatherhood, man, it's a journey, just like with him playing sports. It's a journey because all kind of things gonna come at you, and they would love to take us down, to see us fail, and the only way we could do it, and we need good mothers around us too. So even good fathers, we need good mothers because it's being a parent. It takes two. Think about it. The ones that normally don't have that, it's tough. And I've seen a lot of my friends, because think about it, sometimes, when a dad says something and a mom don't be on the same accord with him, then you're gonna lose that kid anyway. Because they figure, okay, I go to my mom. But even some of the moms are tougher than the dads. So they'll rather go to the dad than go to the mom. So I think everybody got to be on that same page for us to win and to save us from getting incarcerated, getting in trouble, doing the wrong thing when we can do the right thing, especially when we know it. So.
No, I agree with you 100%, and I appreciate you for sharing that. One thing I wanted to bring up is, we all see this thing with LeBron James and Bronny, right? Like, he's about to head to the NBA. I feel like there's one side of the internet or the culture who's like, Bronny only getting a chance because of his pops and what he's been able to do. But then there's this other side of the culture that's like, they understand the importance of like setting a good foundation for your kids and setting up opportunities for them. So like as a parent, how do you feel about like, obviously you are who you are, you've done the things that you've been able to do to set a foundation for your children in this situation, Mercy, but like, how do you balance that, but also letting him be his own man and pave the way for himself?
For me, I'm gonna let my son be himself, do what he got to do. That's his journey. But what I love about LeBron James and Bronny, right? I'm all for it. If any other culture had that opportunity to give their kids that chance to do what they're gonna do, they're gonna do it. it's a lot of politicking in everything that we get involved in. Why not see a black man to make history to be able to play with his son, especially if you're at the highest level of sports? And so that's a blessing. I think we all want to see that.
Yes.
The ones that don't want to see it, they just hate us. You know, for me, you know, I taught my son hard work, so much hard work, like, and we probably still want to deal with the politics. You know, imagine if I was in the NBA this time and I'm at the height of my career. Everybody love it because you had the internet. When I came up on hard work. So people don't really, everybody think they know my story playing basketball, me going to the NBA. No. Everybody think I just showed up on the NBA team. That would have never happened. You think any one of them guys would have want me to be better than them? So I had to go through the CBA, the ABA, the IBL, but people don't know that. It was a fight. It was a struggle. And so if you look at all these Fortune 500 companies, you don't think they passing that down to their kids? How come LeBron James can't do it?
Yeah, I think one thing as a community we should adopt is nepotism.
But also the kid could play.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. He already showed in the combine what he was able to do. So we just gotta stop worrying about rich people business. Let's be honest. If you're not where you want to be at, stop worrying about rich people business. When I was poor, I wasn't worrying about no rich people. I was trying to figure out how to get there.
Yeah.
For real. Like, if I'm got my mind set on why this person, where he at, bro, my life ain't been easy. Think about it. You from Houston, you know. We all have been I done been to the Harris County jailhouse before. Know what my mind got right? Walking back home. Walking back to find her saying, man, I got to get it together. I don't want to see that for my son. I done been through all that. I got a brother there, got a brother incarcerated. The crazy thing about me that made me want to change when I seen my mom stop talking after that. My mom ain't want to talk no more until she lost her son. So that hurts. And that made me change my life. So I don't want to have to raise my kids to go up through that. And I can't tell him all the stuff. I mean, he can't, like, you know, everybody want, man, your dad really wasn't doing all that. That's the first thing they're going to say. Man, what I need to prove what I was doing for. There ain't nothing fun about that. Being from the streets and being through all that. It's a blessing to be able to make it out there. That's the message I want to give back to the next generation. Don't worry about what I've done. I get on my knees, I ask God for forgiveness and move on, and none of us perfect. But I also look at, I don't have to prove nothing to nobody. I don't have to pull my resume up to show you who I am. I'm not proud of where I come from, but I'm proud of where I'm going. I can't change the past, but I can change the future.
And I appreciate you for sharing that. Because that's really what our platform is about, man, just shining a light on the positive things, man. We don't really focus on all that, other stuff. It's really about giving you a space to share your journey, good and bad, because it's all part of the story, right?
Okay, well, I want to ask you one question. What is real? Because, our culture always talking about how real it is. No, for real. What is real?
I think for me, real is authenticity. Like, it's not always good, it's not always bad, just being able to share all those journeys about who you are, that make you who you are.
Let me tell y'all something. Keeping it real with me, handling your business, take care of your family. Get off these streets, change your life. That's real. If you stupid, why I want to hang with you? That ain't real. Because you won't get me caught up. Let's be honest. I'm not letting you get me caught up. I'm changing my life. I don't want to deal with this. If you so real, why you need me? Let's be honest. I told my son all the time. The reason why I'm still here, a lot of my friends not here, because they called me. I was an actor back in the days. I want y'all to know that, right? When they come, say, "Hey, we about to go handle this," I say, "Handle what?" "Yeah, they did us, and we going." I said, "Who did who?" "All right, bro, I'll be out there. I'm going to have that thing on me right now. I'm going to do it right now." Bro, "Oh, no, Pete, put that up. Go inside." Man, I'm going inside anyway. I ain't about to mess with you. So I'm just saying, we don't have to raise our kids to go through that. When you coming at me with this foolishness, I can see right through it. So don't even play with me. Don't come around me with that, because I don't want that. You don't understand what it is being locked up. You can't leave. You can't go home and see your kids, see your family. Like, we need to change that. So I'm going to keep it real and educate this culture, teaching financial literacy, teaching the importance of credit. My brothers get out
of being incarcerated. Like, you know what? Let's open up your business. You don't have to sit around here and just keep waiting on the man to do something for you. Now you got to be an entrepreneur because you got a record. Think about it. They forced us to be entrepreneurs. And so now the next generation, we don't have to force them. We can hand it to them. And all the fake real ones that's trying to soft press us or say whatever, like for us to keep something real, man. We hiding all this from these kids that could be the next presidents, the next lawyers or doctors. I want to change that mindset because it's just a mindset.
Yeah, to that point, you know, you got your master class, right? Master P class,
yes, sir.
right?
Yes,
So
sir.
Mercy, I want to know from you, like, what things has your pops taught you? Like, obviously, we talked about basketball, like, but from a generational wealth perspective, like financial perspective, like just being able to handle your business, what things has your pop taught you going into adulthood?
Yeah, he definitely taught me financial literacy, certain things to do, certain things not to do, how to build your credit up at a young age, and stuff like that. But also, he taught me about God, and I feel like that's something that's so important. You know, all these other things in life, but you know, I got God and got my faith, and I feel like that can take me a long way.
No, I definitely will, man. And being that this is a safe space, I want to know from your perspective, like, what type of dad is Master P like in terms of like watching you ball? Like, is he like a John Morant father, T Morant, or he be like playing the back? Like, what type
Yeah,
of
nah,
father?
at my games, you probably wouldn't see my dad. He'd be ducked off somewhere, just clapping in the distance. But you know, I feel like you know that just helps me sometimes. Just go out there and do what I got to do. You know, however he want to support. You know, it's just that's just what it is, and you know, I appreciate him for regardless. Even if he's not at the games working, doing what he got to do. You know, I feel support.
Yeah. And what are you looking forward to, like, in your next journey? Like, you going to the University of Houston, you about to hoop. Like, what things are you looking forward to, like, getting out of the project mansion?
Yeah, no, I'm ready to get to University of Houston and just work, man. You know, it's been a great program. They've been winning for many years, but they haven't been to the national championship yet. So that's something I want to do. Bring to the city of Houston. You know, hopefully you have a parade sometime next year. So that's one of my goals.
Nah, that's what's up, man. We definitely are rooting for you and hope that happens. And, you know, we appreciate you for like sharing more of your journey. Like, and Master P, I'm curious, you know, from your perspective, like speaking to the master class, right? Like, you know, talking about at our platform, we talk about 4 different pillars. One of them being mental health, financial health, intellectual health, and physical health. From that financial health perspective, like, you know, he's talked about like things you taught him in terms of like generational wealth. But what's some other things you share with all of your kids in terms of just being able to like just, you know, exceed in those areas?
Well, I think the most important thing is the reason I do the master class. Don't be afraid to say you don't know, because a lot of us are afraid to say that we just don't know. Uh, Connecting people together, and even celebrities, knowing that all the celebrities I know, right? They always want to hide if they're wrong. And so my thing is trying to push us as a culture, saying that, like, imagine if we don't know what a trust account is, right? We don't know that these are the ways that these other cultures, they've been taking care of generation from generation, even when they're not here. Like my son said, the reason why you got to put God first is we can't take none of this with us. So this is all just temporary success. But while we're here, we want to be able to help our people. And knowing what credit is, that's your report card. And yeah, all right, y'all can hear me now. Look, knowing what credit is your report card. It's more important than cash. And so our people don't know that. We just want to show how much money we have, right? Rich people using cards. They're not using money. So if you could count it, that means you don't really have it. And so we got to change that mindset. And also just being able to show each other. Like I tell you all the time, product outweighs talent. And that's what I'm teaching my son. That's the most important thing. I don't care who you is, whether you're Michael Jordan or whatever. He's one of the greatest basketball players ever lived. But what keeps him going is that tennis shoe. He can't play basketball forever. When you look in the NBA, right, the average job that lasts is 5 years. That's the average job, unless you LeBron, Kobe, where you're 17, 20 something years in it. So that's a short time to have a job. And so I tell my son all the time, if you're 18, now imagine if you go to the NBA, you're 19 or 20 years old, and you only get to play for 5 years. Then what? And so we don't have a plan to create business. And so not saying that like it's that 1%, you put everything into it, but also at the same time, if you look at a lot of the other coaches, basketball and football and baseball players, right, they're creating business. And that's how you get the family involved and get other people involved. So it's all about knowing that we're stronger together. And if we really put that same time into, how come we just need to be athletes and entertainers? How come we can't be entrepreneurs and business people? That's the only way we're gonna bridge the wealth gap, y'all. So think about it, it's a wealth gap. It's a real wealth gap that we need to bridge, because when you look at it, Fortune 500 companies, we make 1/10 of 1% of CEOs. We look at African Americans. When you look at billionaires, right? Anybody know how many black billionaires in the world? How many? Close, 16. Guess how many they have? 3,700. We fall behind because we don't stick together, y'all. Think about it. We could get together to do something dirty. We hit a lick or whatever. But y'all, no, let's be honest. How long you think a lick gonna last? See that? And then you gotta be back out there till you get caught up. Because it's gonna close up on you. And so why come we can't do something positive? Like, that's what I tell you all the time. I told my kids, right? That's why I started creating products, selling cereal, doing all kind of stuff. Say, Pete, man, you're the ice cream man, you're selling cereal. Yeah, but I ain't gotta look behind my back. When the police pull me on, what you got, Pete? I got cereal. Same way if I had work. Think about it. Oh, so that make you tough to eat. So when I start looking at all my friends, right? They look at me now and say, man, Pete got bread. I used to look at them back in the days. I thought they had bread. We just had fixed up Cutlets, Cadillacs, all this stuff. Think about it. And so I told my son this, right? I said, so I was in a project as a little kid, 10-year-old, and we playing That's My Car. So that's why we got to be educated. I used to watch the insurance man come to my grandmother's house. Nobody robbed the insurance man. Think about it. This white man come to our hood, and he makes sure he pick up all the money from your grandmothers, mothers, and daddies and stuff, because he got a briefcase full of money. Nobody touch him. He got a Mercedes with no rims on it. And me and my homeboy sitting on the porch playing That's Our Car. And I said, that's my car, that Mercedes. Dude said, man, that car ugly, ain't got no wheels. I said, but it costs $100,000. How much that Cutlass cost? 5,000. With the wheels on it, 15,000. Let's be honest, because we don't know. That's when we talk about financial literacy. We just start right there. We don't know. Let's go get an LLC, because we all was taught to put it in my mama name. They coming to get your mama too. Let's be honest, y'all. We don't even see the bigger picture because we think we know everything, because we don't educate us. And so that's why I love what we're doing here with this whole Dear Fathers, because we definitely need to learn from all of our mistakes and all the great things we're able to do. So I want y'all to know this. If y'all roll with me through the music industry, and I sold 100 million records, now what I'm on is way bigger. When I tell y'all product outweighs talent, I tell y'all financial literacy is the key to success. Get on that wave, because doing legit product, it could change your generation of family members. You could actually open up LLCs legitly. You can actually open up trust accounts for even when you're not here, to where your family could still eat off of this. And so I tell people all the time, ain't just putting your money into the bank. We building these insurance companies and putting our money into these insurance bonds to change our lives. Because now we can borrow off of that. But they don't teach us that. Even my son, I was able to build his credit at 7 years old. That's what they've been doing. But it took me a little while to get that. Because all you got to do is put them on your credit cards. And that's what they've been doing. Putting their kids on their credit cards. And then if you got good credit, now your kids have good credit. They got a good start when they make 18. He could go into the dealership and buy whatever he want with their money. We want him to be to buy with our money.
No, I feel you 100%, and I kind of just want to, speak to the importance of like, you talk about a lot of things there in terms of generational wealth and
Yeah.
everything of that nature. But like, do you have currently any businesses where you collaborate with your kids? Are they involved in your business endeavors, and what does that dynamic look like?
Man, my family is family business. Everything I'm involved in with my kids, like we on a different journey that we didn't know whether we made mistakes in the beginning. It's almost like, say for instance, they show you how to go buy houses. Most of us want to buy $1 million houses right off the bat. No, buy your $15,000 house. Make all the mistakes with it, then go up, then buy your $50,000 house. You know what I'm saying? Like those are things that I learned because we want to jump in and we want to go big. Like nah, even like people always tell me, yeah, Pete, help me start this business. We're gonna make $10 million. I say, man, hold on, let's make $1,000 first. Let's be honest. Don't everybody come with that when you hear, man, we gonna make so much money. I said, how much you gonna make? We gonna make 10 million, big dog. Okay, I gave you the money to do this. You need some more money? What happened to the 10 million we was gonna make? And so those are the type of things you have to understand and take your time and learn. It's almost like riding a bike. It's like you didn't just jump on that bike and just start pedaling.
Yeah. No, I appreciate you sharing that, man. And I want to, kind of get into, just as I told y'all when we started this episode of the podcast. I started this platform because I grew up without my father.
Yeah.
Now, what's crazy is when I was a kid, I used to write letters to my dad
Yeah.
about his absence and how that made me feel. So, like, for Mercy, for you, like, we do this thing here at Dear Fathers called a Dear Father letter. So you're going into a big transition, in your life. You're going from, you just graduated high school, going from a boy to a man in a sense. Like, if you could write a letter to your pops, who's sitting right here, starting with Dear Father, what would you say to him?
Dear Father, I just want to say thank you for teaching me how to be a man, how to go out in this world and do big things. You taught me the importance of hard work, dedication, and keeping your family close and God number one. Just everything I've seen from you, from the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you carry yourself, just created me to be a better person. And I give you all the glory you deserve as being a dad. It's amazing, and I'm really appreciative, and I love you.
I love you.
That was beautiful, but this next part, you're going to show if you really mess with your pops or not. So we like to do something at Dear Fathers when we end the conversation. It's called Dad Trivia, right? So your pops, he's a hip-hop mogul. He got, hit records. I'm pretty sure a lot of the
Now
people...
you know I ain't teaching none of my music.
He got to hear it
I'm
somewhere.
just saying. I was like,
This should be easy.
all right, let's see.
All right, so Dad Trivia. I'm going to recite 3 different rap lyrics by your pops. I'm going to give you 10 seconds. You got 10 seconds to guess these lyrics. If you can't get them, we're going to go to the audience and see if they can pick the song. So you ready? All right, bet. So the first one, if you come stunting on them gold things, I'm going to have to break you off something.
I'll break you off something.
Okay, there you go.
I'm gonna have to break you off something.
That's one for one. That's good. You're off to a good start. All right, number 2. I'm down here slanging, rolling with these hustlers, trying to get rid of all you haters and you busters.
What y'all said?
No, y'all can't give them no answer.
What they got after that? I don't know that one.
All right, what is it? Make them say, Okay, make them say, Y'all got it. Yeah. All right, so you 1 for 2. You got this next one. You can go 66% or you can go 33%. Like basketball terms, that's a good percentage or a bad percentage. So this next one is me and my little brother Silk. We be balling. Got this thing sold up from Texas to New Orleans. What's that?
What song is it?
What song?
Couldn't tell you.
Can't tell you. All right. What song is it, y'all? Y'all know? Y'all know? Y'all know? It's Mr. Ice Cream, man.
Mr. Ice Cream? Nah, I know that.
Yeah. It's all good.
Play with the beat next
No,
time.
no, let's gonna give it. Let's gonna give it away. No. We appreciate you for playing.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
For playing dad trivia. What you think about that, your son? How you do?
You know, he did good because I kept him away from the music. And I know he was sneaking and listening to it. But nah, but son, I love you too. I just want to tell you that, and I'm proud of you. And you special. I know that you're going to go and do amazing, incredible things because you put God first and use your God-given talent to change the world. It ain't just about making money. We don't work to make money. And do the right thing with it. So when you use your God-given talent, He'll continue blessing you. So I love you.
I love you too.
No, that's beautiful, man, and that really touches me because, like I said, I started this platform because I grew up without my pops, and what's crazy is I actually reconnected with my pops for the first time in 21 years last year. But that's also been a journey.
But was you mad with him?
I was mad when I was younger. People used to ask me about my dad.
Why? We got to talk about
Okay.
that. Why was you mad with him?
Okay, let's talk about
Let's be
it.
honest.
I mean, I just felt like I missed out on different things. Obviously my mom did a great job raising me, but like things that you're talking about, you do with your son, I never really got that. So like we wouldn't actually be here today if I probably got that. So I was a little frustrated in my younger years, but as I got older, like
there's a lot of fathers, a lot of kids out there that feel that way, right? But the most important thing the Bible say, honor thy mother and thy father. All your days will be shortened. So we gotta honor them no matter what. They didn't say they need to be perfect. And so what I love about my dad, right, no matter what, without him I wouldn't be in this world. And so that's what every kid and every father out there gotta know, right? Without these two people, you wouldn't be here. Yeah. So that's along with me. I've never worried about my dad about nothing. I was like, look, bro, I appreciate you for putting me in this world. I'm gonna get out here and go get it for you. Yeah. That's it. Whatever you gotta do, now we gotta stop doing that because a lot of us feel like we losing something. Because even if your mom stepped up and did what she had to do, she still couldn't create you without him. Yeah, sure. And so those are the pages we got to be on. We got to be thankful for that. And I had a brother feel like that. And when my brother died at 19, so he just was angry and upset. It's like, man, my dad did this. I'm like, man, hold up, man. Man, our dad beat up. Because the thing about it, too, a lot of us don't speak up for each other, even as family members, right? A lot of us don't want to say nothing. Even when you know, I'm telling y'all right now, my dad was out there working. So even my mom was working. If my mom never came to my game, I was telling my son the other day, right? I scored 40 points. I'm telling everybody on the team, give me the ball. My mama here. You know, for real, bro. Throw me the ball. My mama here. She only came to one game. And so I was thankful for that because I know she had to work. She had to do what she needed to do. And I was thankful for being able to live with my grandparents. And so you just got to be thankful for our conditions and whatever we have because there's always somebody with worse. Yeah. So, me, I just want to tell you that it's a blessing that you had a mom. Because I grew up in a project, a lot of kids was on their own. They didn't even have parents. And you don't understand that until you don't have that. And so that's a blessing, man, to have somebody to care about you. And so I think we got to stop. I know it's Father's Day. We got to stop just complaining about our fathers. Because what about the ones that don't have none? That's fathers are dead, fathers that was incarcerated. Because they got a lot of kids not just going down to the jailhouse. They happy to go see their dad, knowing that, that person created me. And so that's the mindset I'm on to where I don't care whatever. And I know nobody's perfect, even parents. Some of us might have some messed up parents, right? But as we get older, then we got to break those curses and pave those ways. And so that's what this is about today.
No, I agree with you, man. Like I said, those resentful feelings were when I was younger, but as I've, become an adult, that allowed me the ability to reconnect with my pops. But I honestly want to get your thoughts on this. So I reconnected with my pops for the first time in 21 years, but I can't talk to him because he has a speech impediment. He's paralyzed from the waist down.
See that?
So I understand that he was going through a lot. So now I'm really just getting to know him through just being around him, which is crazy. I I can ask them the questions, but I can't get the answers that I felt like I was missing. So I just have to be grateful for the opportunity to reconnect with them.
But I'm giving them a round of applause. I'm glad you said that, because imagine the ones that got fathers that they can talk to, that can talk back to you. You know, and the truth hurt. We don't appreciate what we got till it's gone. And so we got to stop waiting, because time ain't going to wait on nobody. Let's be honest. And so it's all so many questions and so many things you want to say and talk about, but we got to do that while we have those chances to do it. So, man, I'm just glad and proud of you, bro, was just being truthful, because the truth hurt. A lot of people are afraid to be truthful.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. And I saw you a tour. We both tourists, man.
Yes,
My birthday
sir.
April 21st.
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate it, man.
Yes,
But,
sir.
you know, give it a round up for Master P and Mercy for joining the Black Fatherhood podcast today.